Hey guys, welcome back to Buster's Corner. This is going to be part 4 in our setup next gen at Texas. This is the setup the way I do it. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, it's just the way I do it. There's a lot of ways, different ways to skin a cat. Okay, first off, set timer 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Okay, there's our timer, so you don't go too long here. Let's go back here in case you're new to this one. If you already, you go back and find number 1. Where are we at? Spring rates, ride heights, ARB arm and preload, alignment, caster, camber, toe, shock, high speed, low speed, shock, high speed. That's the process that we're going through as much as I possibly can. We had some revelations come up between part 3 and part 4. Let's start here. Info. Track 69 degrees, 60%. All right. This is the laps I just ran. 21 laps. I got 1.8 in there, 9, some zeros. Last time I had like 3/8 in my last run, but I got a once. Okay, but still, that's pretty good for 20 laps. I'm 30.5. Hard. These are hard laps too. I'm not out there swinging it wide. I am down the bottom, burping. Sometimes not even burping it in 1 and 2 like you're supposed to. Just beating the snot out of this thing like it was borrowed or stolen. Okay, and on that, here's our tires. This is what I got. 97. I did make an adjustment to this left front. Did that one click to the right, so I get more. Take this 97 out of here. A lot of times that can happen too, just the way you stop on the track. So, anywho, look at my tire pressures: 23, 25, 48, 48. I'm going to talk about those here in a little bit as well. Why I got that 23 sitting there. But as far as our wear, 97. This is what I say, 21 laps, right? And we need to get through 50. So tire wear is not going to be a problem for this car. Tire temps 277, 283. Awesome, right? I think that's awesome. That's yeah. And even I ran a 40 lap run earlier with Brother Tom, and that's about where I was, 280s. Once I hit that 280 mark, it really didn't increase anymore. This was a 45, I think. Okay, so that's where we are. Let me go back now and kind of talk about something a little bit. Part 3. We got done with part 3, and I did some testing, and I had you guys help me testing as well. Thank you. What I found was on lap 20, between 15 and 20, this thing got hecka loose, right? It just got hecka loose. And Marty found it. Nobody else mentioned it, but Marty did. So that put me into emergency, oh my God, what's wrong with my setup mode? So, and we've seen this before. And let me pull up my Motec here. We've seen this before at other tracks. You get the snap left, right? And Greg had pointed out to us in one of the tracks. So that's what was. So what's happening? Okay, here. There's. This is my. All right. So here's my fastest lap. Now let's take our little dot and put it right here in the corner. It shows my right heights there. That might need to come up with a little bit on that right side still. Okay, focus. Our right height here is a full tank of gas is 0.37 inches and a 0.87. That's sweet. Those are really good. Now let's go down here to lap 21. Now where are we at? 0.68 and 1.1. Okay, so the back of the car is coming up in the air. We run out of gas. Car's coming up. The car gets loose, and there's a problem. So then I got into, okay, how are we going to fix it? And I went through my stuff in my head. And I said, okay, we can lower the rear spring, right? Tighten up a little bit, lower the rear spring. We can do some wedge adjustments. Oh, that's what I did. I started. Let me go back here. I had gone in and I said, okay, let's get this. I got this up to a 57. All right. And every time you change this, you change your ride heights, which also threw off my downforce. So that was really messing me up. I went in and I said, okay, let's bring this down to, I just did like a 1900. Okay, let's bring this up to an 800 and see if that counter, tightens it up in the long run, right? Because a spring adjustment gives you a long run adjustment that'll stick with you forever. Um, it wasn't really panning out. No, it wasn't. It wasn't working. I had to go to work today. I gave it to brother Tom. Tom, see what you can do with this thing. Because, Tom's retired and it's rainy day, so Tom had to do. And he came up with, and I concur, the ARB arms. Okay. Or I think if you go back to the original setup, this was, I think, a 2 and a 3. So we had good rotation with our ARB arms, but we didn't need it because of the diff preload helped us rotate the car. And the way the spring's set up on this car, it's just a good rotator. So Tom went in here and dropped these arms down, and we got them down as far as we can to keep rotation. And boom, that fixed it. So that was the deal. So the setup I gave you guys the test for me yesterday was 1.4. Well, I think it was a 1.8 I gave you that was modified to try and compensate for some of that, but it wasn't enough. Okay, so that's what's happened since P3. That's why you have a whole new setup on 2.4, only because I jumped to 2.0 to start all over again. So what's basically changed here versus the other setup is the ARB arms have changed, locations, the springs. This might have been a 1950. I don't recall. And I played some ride heights to get it back to where it needed to be. Okay. So that's kind of where we left off. That's where we are right now. So at this point, I'm saying spring rates, ride heights, ARB arm preload is done. Now take a look at the alignment here real quick. No, wait, I want to look at something else real quick. Well, I talked about alignment. I'm not going to change anything on the alignment right here. I'm not. My camber is working just fine. Tires, sure, you could even these out, I guess, but you're going to lose speed, and that's the problem. Is always you don't want to lose speed. 97 after 20 laps, I think is acceptable. I think we can live with that. I don't care about this 230 to 280, this 50-pound split. Usually I do. It used to be what I used to try and keep it within about 20 or 30. The hell with it. I did tweak this though. Okay, so that's what's going on right there. Now, let's go look at something else that's very interesting. Now, this is another modified Motec that Tom gave us. But let's go. I want to go to track report. Okay, here's track report. Right. So this is lap 3. All right. Look at this little purple. A little bit of tire slip right there. But here's what has to get to lap 21. See all this purple? That's all tire slippage. Okay. Tire slippage, tire slippage, tire slippage. So that's what it is on the long run. Like I said, rear end picks up and the rear end gets loose. So that's our time with the bars. And maybe we need to go a little more with the bars. Maybe get some more of that out of there. Okay. Diffuser. All right, so watch this on the diffuser. Here's our fast lap. Diffuser, 5.56. Okay. Downforce, 1543. Let's go to lap 21. 632. Look how the volume has increased on the diffuser. And our downforce has gone down. So this tells us that the rear end has gone up and we are exiting more air than what we're bringing in. We lost our downforce and the angle. All right, that's that one. Now, overview. Okay, ride heights. Looked at all that. Who was there? Was somebody on Discord put this picture up there, and he was concerned about ride heights. I look over here and I'm seeing negative numbers. -3, -19, -8. If these are ever negative, you've got an issue. And some guys say, well, the air pressure comes up, it'll take care of that. No. If you're hitting, don't rely on air pressure. You're too low to the ground anyway. You're too low to the ground to begin with. All right. Now, let me go show you something really cool. No, I don't want to show you that yet. Okay. Not yet. Let's go back here. Oh, the reason for the 23. Excuse me. Okay, so tire pressures. I'm not an expert on tire pressures. There's some discussion about it in Discord. You know, the lower the tire pressure. Let's say everybody's at 25 pounds on both sides. If you lower the tire pressure, you get more grip on that tire. Okay. If you raise the pressure, you lose grip on that tire. But that tire will take longer amount of time to get hot because the lower pressure, the one at 20 pounds, is going to get hot real fast. The one at 40 pounds, it takes longer to get to 300. Okay, so let's say I'm chasing 300 degrees. Okay, and so if you go down lower, you'll get grip, but the tire's going to get hot faster. And so with the right. When I was in here looking at this, and where's the wheel spin? Okay, so let's go up here to my good lap. So when I looked at these numbers right here on ground speed, all right, and ground speed is 173, and then you got the tires. Now take this dot, and let's put the dot on the straightaway. All right, look at this front. 173, right, rear left, and rear right. 175 to 177. So you have 2 miles different here, and actually the fronts are dead equal, aren't they? Yes, they are. All right. So if you go back and look at, follow me here, 23 psi. That tire's smaller now compared to 48. I got stagger. All right, you can call it stagger if you want. All right, so that smaller wheel has got to travel more in order to keep up with this one right here. All right, see what I'm doing? I'm trying to get them to rotate close to the same speed, even though one's on the inside of the track, right? So that's why I dumped that at 23. I got room for temperature on the left front. I'm only at 238. I'm not even close to 300. All right, this is actually even lower, probably 225 where I did this. I got room for temperature over there. All right, if I drop it down, I get grip, and if I drop it down, I reduce the slippage across the front of the car, right? Isn't that what you want? Is all 4 tires move at the same time? Okay, so down straight, 173, 173. On the rear, I got a 175 and a 177. So maybe I could do something with that. Maybe not. Let's see, they're getting pretty close, but it's just the this one 177 and the purple. Oh yeah, that's right. The whole front end, 173 to 173, so the front end's even. Now, can you do something with this one right here? Maybe. I don't want to pursue it any further. That was fine for now. But that's why I got the tire pressure, and it may not work. I might be shooting myself right in the foot, not knowing it. But I don't see why it wouldn't work. Huh? And maybe this one right here should go down to 25. It'll give us more stagger. Right, which does make you lose on the corner exit, right? But you get the wheels spin closer to each other. I'm gonna do that. Apply. Save as 2.5. There you go. That's 2.5 right there. If it don't work, I'll come back to it. Okay. That's why tire pressures are like that. Originally, this right rear was like 45. And it was getting, hotter in the front, so I said, we're going to bring it to 48. I don't think it's going to hurt anything, because as the car got loose on 20 laps, I need more grip on my left rear to push the car to the right, and less grip out of the right rear, which is now trying to be turned to the left. So that would help that loose condition later on. Also, I think that what you're going to find on this setup is that you'll get that loose condition around 20, 25. You'll feel like, oh, it's free. It's free in the butt. But give yourself 5 more laps, and it's going to tighten back up again as the tire pressures equalize. Okay, what else we got in here? Actually, you know what? Well, I'm not gonna lowering that left. See, when I was over here, so I got plenty of tire pressures earlier. I didn't come back to this. Look, it's 40, 40, 41. And that can be fixed with tire pressures too. That's 88. The rear's fine. This is actually going to go down a little bit. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to go over here. We're going to go back over here, and we're going to give this guy a half a pound more. We'll give him a full pound. That's 2.5. All right, there you go. All right, what else I got? Okay, so what's left? Let's, we're out of time here. Right, spring rate's done. Ride height's done. ARB is done. Alignment, I'm not going to mess with it. I like it right where it's at. Now, with that said, though, you guys, now I have a direct drive wheel. You guys that do not have a direct drive wheel will have, 9 times out of 10, a different alignment configuration. Not the toe. The toe's fine. And someday, if you're talking about toe, I did some testing once on toe where it should be and how it affects the heat of the tires. What I want you to think about is bump steer. If you never heard of bump steer, don't know what it is, check it out on YouTube, bump steer. When the car goes in the corner and the front end squats, right, everybody knows that the tires move. They do stuff up there, all right? And a lot of times it's going to, if you're towed in like this, and it's going to squish this away, right? As you let it go of the gas and the car comes in and the weight comes on it, the tires are going to go out, all right? So if you have negative, that's by why you're in negative toe. You negative toe, and when it squats, it goes straight. So I'm saying when it squats, it goes straight. So if you're at 0 and it squats, where are you at? You're towed out. You're plowing through the corner. And if you don't think that's not true, it is true. So, and sometimes what you might want to do is maybe run a -1 on the left and maybe even a -4 on the right. So now when it squats, this tire is straight and this tire is still towed in, and it should rotate around the corner. But I got to do some research on. I got to write down. I don't have data to numbers to back up what I'm telling you. And Tom can't calculate bump steer for us. He's tried it. So that's the deal with toe. And that's why Bob runs so much toe. The caster on this one right here. If you've got a G29 or if you have anything that's not a direct drive, adjust this caster to fit your wheel. And if you have IFFRB, it's going to change your settings too. Adjust the caster to where it feels good in your hand and the car rotates through the corner. If you're building up heel on the left front, maybe you have drag. If you drag it back, it's going to go in easy, right? Right. That's the wheels going this way, forward and back on your car. The more forward it is, the more stable it is. If you bring both forward, the car's stable. Daytona, Talladega, not like that. All right. If it's a short track, you bring it back and bring this one back in, and the car will hook left. You let go of the wheel, and the car will just hook left for you. That's short track. All right, bigger tracks, bring it out a little bit. I don't think you ever want this. I don't think you'll ever see this reversed on the next gen. I've seen it reversed on the trucks. We used to do it in the Tour mods, reverse them once in a while, or even go way back, go to a negative on the left caster. But this needs to be adjusted for your wheel. Camber, I'm liking what I see. Leave it alone. Okay, I got my toe in the back at 0. Leave it alone. The cambers are fine. Leave them alone. If you want to play with it, oh yeah, change it. It's your setup. It's your setup. That's the deal. Wherever you get a setup from, if you didn't build the setup yourself, you need to adjust it to fit you. It needs to fit your equipment. It needs to fit your driving style. It needs to fit your driving mentality. Some people like it loose. Some people don't. Just like hookers downtown. Shh, knock it off. Anywho, so with that said, here's where we're on the list. Caster, camber, toe. It's fine. Okay, we're getting into the shocks. Brake bias. It's fine. I didn't check. You know what I didn't do? I did not drive in the pits yet to check the brakes. And probably should do that in warm-ups. Tire pressures we did. Now we're going to do shocks. Okay. We're saved. Let's go work on some shocks. Now, there's no way I'm going to be able to go through this whole shock setup with you, because this could take hours and hours on end. First off, let's start here. Look what Tom's doing for us. You know when you go in and you adjust some shocks and you got them right down on your piece of paper and you come back here, oh, what number did I have? Tom has put up here for us this is the number you have it currently set at. Okay? And now you can probably make yourself a little graph on a piece of paper and copy all this stuff down. I probably would. So that's pretty cool. He's also working on something over here, car config, and I don't think this is done yet. Somewhere his math gives us a 2903 spring on the left front. I said, Tom, where'd you get that spring? I think it's illegal. If NASCAR won't call that illegal spring, I sure to hell will, buddy. Cheating son of a gun. All right. Okay. Okay, let's go to shocks. That's our histogram now. It's not pretty. All right. Here's, and I don't have shocks dialed in yet, you guys. I'll tell you that right now, straight up. I'm going to piece of paper out. But I'm going to show you what I did on the last one, and what I'm going to do on this one as well. Get my piece of paper out. I'm going to take, first off, I'm splitting the spring in two. Low side and high side. Okay? I'm not going to mess with the low side on this one. And I'll explain that to you later. We're going to work on the high side. And I'm just going to show you a few clicks of what I do, and then you're going to pick this up in practice. I take my high speed compression, and we'll make this 10. High speed rebound 1. Okay. Now, when it comes to slope, like Tom was explaining, you order a shock from the manufacturer and you tell them what slope you want. All right. You don't want to go down a slippery slope. I don't want to be chasing slopes. So we know a 1 slope is for a soft track. Glass. 10 is for a rough track. Rockingham. I think we ran 10s over there, didn't we? This track I don't think is that bad. I don't think it's a 5. I'm going to go with a 3. Okay? So I'm going to take all my slopes and change them to 3s. 3. 3. Okay? Same thing over here. This is supposed to be a 10. And high speed rebound is a 1. All right? So it should be slopes. Is it 3? Did I go with a 3? 3. All right. So I got high speed compression, 10. High speed rebound is at 1. And slopes are all at 3. Okay. All right, let me go through and do this. Let me make sure I got this right here. But slope is 3, 1, 3, 10. High speed compression, 10. High speed rebound, 1. Slopes are 3s. Now somebody asked us, do you always do them the same as all 4 corners? I do when I'm first starting out. Just so we're just looking for a baseline, really, to see, you know, where are we? High speed rebound, 1. Slope 3. Slope 3, 1. High speed slope, speed rebound, high speed compression. Looks right? Okay. All right. Just gonna run 3 laps. You can sit here and fast forward this. That's why I'm not gonna have time to go through the whole thing.
About 1 lap of fuel left.
But I'll get with Tom and we'll do something and go through the full thing and dial in a car. I'm thinking maybe we want to start doing a project on Daytona. That gives us 3 weeks to pull some videos together and work on a Daytona setup. All right, I just need 3 laps, so we'll go back and see how she does. So what we're going to do, the process here, is on the high speed, we have it set for 10. And I'm just going to plow through these corners right here. Oh, I can't on the first lap. First lap doesn't plow. No, you can't do it on the first lap. You can do it on the second lap. We just got the high speed set at 10. I'm going to knock it down by 2 on all 4 corners. until it's not productive anymore. And then we'll take the one, start moving the one back up. See there, lap 2 you can do this. Come on, baby, hang in there. There we go. Last one. See, after lap 1, this setup will hug the bottom. And I don't think you'll see a lot of heat or tire wear out of it. I think you can get away with it for quite a while here. At least until the pack settles in, you know what I mean? Once people start stringing out, then you can kind of push up and save your tires. But after that first lap, you can be very aggressive. Oh, stop. You can be very aggressive with this setup, I think. Just got a fast lap, 860, huh? All right. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me... Sorry, I should have got rid of me. Okay. All right. Okay, our fast lap was an 860. All right. It felt fine. I didn't really... I can tell a little bit there, but not much. All right, let's go to 8. I'm not even gonna look at Motec yet. All right, like I say, this is the part you guys can fast forward through.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Oh, we're almost out of time already. I'll show this one. Tom has a shock package for us to put under the hoodie. Underneath the hood, he says he likes it pretty good. I'll put his shock package underneath this setup when I release it. So all I'm going to kind of do here is just kind of show you the process I go through. Okay, low side. Why not change? How come I don't change the low side, Bob? Well, here's the deal. Low side really does affect your cornering and exit. Oh, I'm too tight in first lap. All right. I'm not experiencing any issues with this setup. On the low side, I mean, it's rotating just fine. Is there room for improvement? Probably yes. You run into builder's dilemma. You run out of time. Well, one, I was sick this week too. I missed a lot of time. Missed a lot of setup time this week being sick. I know that's my bad. So I'm going to save the low side for minor adjustments if needed during practice, and maybe more so if I'm behind somebody in a draft. One more lap. So that's what the low side, I'm going to say the low side for that. The high side here, just a few more adjustments and we'll know. I mean, so far that's an improvement. Already, look, we're almost in the frigging 7s here. Okay. We're out of time. I only got about 5 minutes left for you guys. Okay. Now. So those are all 8s. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, and I would keep going with this, 8, 6 until we start not being fast no more. But I'm going to go down to my high-speed rebound and bring this up 1. High-speed rebound from 1 to 2. Okay. So once I bring the 8s down, right, to my sweet spot, I'm going to bring the other side up a click.
About 1 lap of fuel left.
So I find a sweet spot, and then it'll go bad, and then go back to where the sweet spot was. That's how we're going to do the high speed. Now once I get this where let's say I'm 8 and 3, whatever, on all 4 corners. Once I have those 2 numbers done, now we can open up Motec and then work it wheel to wheel. By doing the same thing. Oh, all right, timer's going off. Am I in 5th gear? Oh, look at it, right down at the bottom, baby. All right, see it? How I was green going in, red coming out. All right, so right there, I may want to make an adjustment to that low speed. Coming through the corner, I lost speed. Okay, I haven't had a reason to change that yet until right then. One more lap. Be careful with the low speed, because late in the race, lap 35, if it's getting loose on you, you're going to want to change the low speed settings to tighten it up a little bit. All right. How'd we do over there? 059, 8, and an 8. Yeah, not a big deal. I did see that green there though once, didn't I? All right. Our 35 minutes is up. All right. I'm going to save this as 2.6. Okay. So, okay, just for kicks, let's take a quick look over here at this. Says that spring is way too stiff over the right front. Way too stiff. All right. This one just needs a little bit of work here on the high side compression. Let's bring that in. Oh, this is low side compression. This is the low side. This little bubble right here. The blue's low side. But so you can, yeah. This is looking too bad. All right, so it needs work. But see, this takes time, and I'm not gonna be able to do a video. This series cannot devote that much time into it. But I do like to have my numbers over here. So what was that at? All right, that should be the same. 3.2, 3.2. All right, love it. So Tom's working on that. Let me just take a quick look at. Oh, I'm just curious. Oh, look at this bump right here. Is that for me? Is that a? There, it went away. So I hit something and caused that bump. Okay. All right. I was curious if it changed our ride heights any. 46, 46, 45, 80, 83, 86. I put that tire pressure in that right front, didn't I? Remember? And that fixed it. I was off by just a hair there, remember? 52, 52, 50. Whoa, shut up. Look how square that sucker is. That's hot. All right, guys. I think we're done here. I saved it. Yeah, I went to 49 in the right front, and that fixed that that problem I had over there. Not sure the 23 is going to work. You could argue the fact that if I went to 25, I would get more top end speed, right? Because you have a bigger tire. But they're not rotating the same up front. We're going to find out. I'm not the expert. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy just like you. Okay, Thank you again to you guys that are part of Buster's Corner community. You guys are freaking awesome. I swear, you guys are the best. Thank you for helping me with the homework. We're going to do more of that. Get you guys involved, help me with the tire setups. I think you guys are enjoying that. You know, as far as just run some tests for me, tell me what's happening to the cars. Is it too loose on 20 laps? That was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you notice in the Discord, one person, the front tire was down to 91%. He drove the heck out of that, didn't he? That was fun to watch. Okay, that's all I got. I will post a video and I will post the setup. I'm going to put Tom's shock package in here because he put some work into it and we trust him. That's it, you guys. Say hi to Bob, Tom, and Bill on the track. Please subscribe, share, pass along to your friends, let people know we're here. I think we have an awesome, awesome thing going. I mean, you just think about it. A year ago when I started, I couldn't find a setup to save my life. I couldn't find anybody to help me with a setup to save my life. I mean, sure, you know, blah, blah, blah. But nobody really to show me how to build a setup, show me the results of the setup, get the tools I needed to make setups. It's just not out there. Why not? Why not? And we have it here at Buster's Corner for the next gen. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.